Hello, AP Psychology! Continue with my favorite subject. Now we're on neurons. And guess what, class? There's a brain pop video. And yes, we are going to watch it.
All right, how's that? Dear Tim and Moby, what are neurons? From James L.
Neurons, or nerve cells, are the specialized cells that make up your nervous system.
The nervous system is the control center for your entire body. It's made up of your brain, your spinal cord, and a huge network of neurons all over your body. These control all your movements, senses, thoughts, and feelings. Everything from walking around to feeling pain to remembering your phone number is handled by the neurons in your nervous system. Yep, it controls that. Yep, that too. Hey, are you going to let me do this? If you looked at a neuron, you'd probably notice that it looks kind of different from the cells you're used to seeing. That's because neurons have extensions called processes that emerge out from the cell's body, or soma. These processes are super important. They transmit messages throughout your whole nervous system. Well, yeah, they sort of work like electrical wires. Neurons carry electric signals called impulses from one part of your body to another. That's why they need to be so much longer than other kinds of cells. In complex animals, like people, neurons can have two kinds of processes. Dendrites receive impulses passed along from other neurons, and axons carry impulses away from the cell body. Most axons are covered in a white, fatty substance called myelin that speeds up transmission, sometimes as much as 90 meters per second. That's important because sometimes you need to feel things fast. Ah. Even though a signal may have to travel a couple of meters to get to your brain, it still happens in a fraction of a second. An axon connects with other neurons at a fluid-filled gap called a synapse. When an impulse reaches an axon's terminal, chemicals called neurotransmitters are released into the synapse. The neurotransmitters pass through the synapse to stimulate other neurons, which carry the message along to the rest of your body. Not all synapses are between two nerve cells, though. Well, say you want to move your hand. In that case, nerve impulses travel from your brain to the muscles in your hand. Neurotransmitters are released in the synapses between neurons and muscle cells, telling the muscles to contract. Well, right, not all neurons do exactly the same thing. Sensory neurons transmit signals from sense organs, like eyes, ears, and skin, up to the spinal cord or brain. Motor neurons transmit signals from your central nervous system to your muscles, telling them to move. And interneurons are kind of like messengers. They transmit signals between sensory and motor neurons. But all neurons really have the same job, carrying information from one part of your body to another. Well, you have an artificial neural net of positronic relays that only simulate the thoughts and feelings of a living organism. No, you only feel alive. You're actually no more alive than this lamp. The end. I'm just messing with you.
All right, thank you, Brain Pop. So the brain and all nervous systems operate with neurons that receive and send electrochemical signals to communicate. So your neuron is made up to 4 to 5 parts: the soma, axons, dendrites, myelins, and synapse. The soma is the cell body, which contains all the DNA and other essential parts for keeping the neuron alive. The electrochemical messages are sent through the axons, which are covered by the myelin sheath. The message travels through the axon to the synapse, where neurochemicals are released and received by the dendrites.